Hello guys, so that Windows application test that we did in the previous session, I'm going to open the same test and we'll do some new things on this same test. So here if you take a look, right, if you run it at the moment, this code, if you run it at the moment, what it will do, it will be opening the application and it will be doing some activities, it will be closing it and then done, right? So all of you have learned looping, correct? So you'll see how you can bring looping here. So it is basically, opening, closing all the application, opening the application, and then highlighting it, inputting a user ID, highlighting password, highlighting this stuff, and then clicking on OK, and highlighting this dialog, and then closing the application, right? So how will you, if you want to execute the same test case 5 times, how will you do that? The same test case, right? This same test case, you want to execute it for how many times? 5 times. So what you will do, you add a for loop here. Can you see how you add for loop here? Let me show you again. You type for and press space. Okay. For iterator, it is putting from 1 to, let's say, how many times you want to execute it? 5. And then copy all of your code and put it in between this for and next. You put it here. I'm just make the code a little bit more aligned so that looks good. So now can you see that I have the whole code in between for loop. It will be starting from 1 and it will go up to 5. Step 1 means 1, 2, 3, 4. If you put step 2, then it will be going 1, 3, 5 like this.
Increment by 1.
Step 1 means increment by 1. Let me execute it. Now you'll see that. Also, let me put a here print statement, right? Print. Can you see? Here it is print statement. Instead of system.out.println, here it is print statement, and you say this value of I equal to, right, and then you put here plus, put that I, right? Now let me put a breakpoint here, run it. Okay, now it has started. If I execute this line number 2, you will see that it will be writing, can you see, value of I, value of O. There is no I here, right? What do I have here? Instead of that iterator variable, you can put I. You got it? Step 1 bolte ekhane every time increment, it will be incrementing by 1. By 1
up to 5.
Okay, now I'm putting I equal to 1 to 5, step 1, and I'm printing that I. Let me run it. Okay, now if you execute this line, it's saying that type mismatch, right? Value of I equal to, so line 2, it is showing an error. So let me stop it. So what I will have to do here, instead of plus, remember that in this print statement, what is this? This is a string. Up to this is what? String. And what is that I? This I is a integer. Because in I have 1, 2, 3. These values are integer. So if you want to add things like that, instead of plus, it will be ampersand. Okay, it will be ampersand. Now let me see if I run it now.
Ampersand for what?
Ampersand means for concatenation. Let me see if it runs now. Now,
Instead of plus.
can you see value of I equal to, instead of plus I put ampersand. Now can you see value of I equal to 1? Now run it. So it will be doing things whatever we were doing, and then it will be closing it, right? Okay,
So
now
do 5 times.
it will be doing, can you see now it has increment the value of I. Now can you see value of I equal to 2, and now it will be running it.
So it will go up to 5.
Yeah,
times.
up to 5 times.
Input different user ID and password each time.
Yeah, we can. So yeah, I'll show you this part as well. Okay, so there is another thing. Let me remove this breakpoint. So we'll be executing basically same test. How many times? 5 times.
So Selenium from plus plus, I equal to I plus plus. I can step 1.
Step 1. So how many times it was able to execute the test? Can you see if you look at the output window, right? I equal to 1 to 5. Now if you put instead of step 1, if you put step 2, then it will be executing for I equal to 1, and then it will be executing for I equal to 3, and then it will be executing for I equal to 5. And after that,
7.
it will not go for 7 because our termination point is 5. So let me just execute it. Can you see how I'm clearing the output? Yeah. There is nothing now in output. Now let me run it one more time. Now can you see I equal to 1? It is doing the work for I equal to 1. Now it is doing for I equal to 3. Now it is doing for I equal to 5, and after that it will be done basically. Right? So that now if I put in action, if I put I equal to step 3, then what will happen? It will be doing for I equal to 1. It will be doing for I equal to step 3 means I equal to 4, and then no longer, because after that the value of I will be how much? 7. You got it, Junaid? So now if you do it, so now it is doing for I equal to 4, and then it will be done basically. Okay, for I equal to 1 and 4. Now, so you understand this looping concept, right? Got it? Now, it was logging in basically for the same user, right? Now we are going to learn parameterization. These are important topics. So I'm going to remove this loop. And then we are going to learn. Let me remove this loop. And then let me align this code properly. And see, if you press shift tab, if you press tab, it will be going rightward. If you press shift tab, it will be coming leftward. Shift tab. Okay. Now, guys, we have discussed two views. One is expert view, another one is keyword view. To do the parameterization, we will go to keyword view. How do you switch view? There are two views here, expert view and keyword view. At the moment, we can see code. That means it is expert view. What view is that? Expert view. Now I'm going to click on this. Can you see this button here? I'm going to click on this, which will toggle my code to expert keyword view. So this is an interview question again. How many view we have in UFT? Expert view and keyword view. Now we are in keyword view. So we'll do parameterization. Can you see guys here agent name? The goal here, we will be running this test for different user ID and password. You got it? So you come here. Can you see this user ID? Can you see this hash sign here? Click on it. And then can you see that data table? Click on it. And then can you see add new parameter? Click on it. And then what is the name of the parameter you want to give? Let's say user ID. And where is that user ID will be coming from? Can you see global sheet? Just try to understand this. So I'm creating a parameter. I'm giving the name of the parameter what? User ID. And where is this parameter will be coming from? Global data sheet. I'll tell you what is this global data sheet. And click OK. Now instead of that value, now it is user ID. Now you go to that password. You do the same thing for this password. You go to data table and then add another parameter. What will be the name of this parameter? Password. And then it will be coming again from global data sheet. You got it? Now can you see there is a data tab? Go to that data tab. Go to that data tab. Now can you see here your user ID and password? And you can see the user ID and password. And if you go to the other view now, can you see here that data table, right? That set. Can you see it is coming from data table? And which sheet? Data global sheet. And what is the name of the parameter? User ID. Again, for password, it is coming from data table. What is the global data sheet? And what is the name of the parameter? Password. Now here, I'm going to give different values. So let's say I'm going to give test user 1. And I'm going to give my password as password 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give test user 2 and password 1, 2. You got it? So how many data we have? 2 set of data, right? How many data we have? 2 set of data. Now if you execute this, right? If you execute this now, you see what happens. It is opening. It will be writing test user 1. It will be writing password. It will be clicking OK. It will be doing all of the stuff what we are supposed to do, and then it will be running it for one more time for test user. Actually, there was something problem here. It is writing in the same user ID and password. It is writing in the same place, right? I'll tell you why it is doing it. Let me stop this. There it will be erroring out. Right? Object is disabled. Yeah, that's fine. So if you go there, guys, what is happening? Again, you'll have to go to action and you go to data. And what is happening? Basically, we have written that user ID and password in the same cell. So I'll have to take this one out from here, and then I'll have to put it here. You got it?
What was wrong?
Oh, actually, it was. If I undo it, I cannot undo here. I have written both thing here in the same cell. So that's why. Now, if you want to run it for, if you want to test 10 different set of data, what you will have to do here, you will have to just provide this 3. You provide this data here.
Code লাগবে না তো ভাই না হ্যাঁ লিখলেই হবে
So whatever amount of data we put that
It will be iterating for that many times. That many times with each time different set of data.
এর আগে আপনার যে গ্লোবাল ডাটা শিট
Global data sheet, you have to go to keyword view and you have to set it there. Now you run it one more time.
এখানে আপনার কোডে না লিখে নিচে যাব আপনি ওই জায়গায় লিখে দিবেন
ডেটা গুলো আমরা ডেটা ফাইলে দিয়ে দিচ্ছি, গ্লোবাল ডেটা ফাইলে। Next time it is going to be for test user 3. So if you take a look now, guys, let me put a breakpoint here, right, and run it one more time. Let me put a user ID. Let me put a password. Let me click OK. Now can you see what is the good username? John, and password HP. John, and what is the password? HP uppercase. Right? Now I'm going to put here John. And what is the password?
যেটা আগে আসে না
এটা হচ্ছে ডায়লগ বক্সে সবসময় আসে। নাও তুমি যদি ওকে ক্লিক করো তাহলে তোমাকে সে ফ্লাইট অ্যাপ্লিকেশনে নিয়ে গেল, রাইট? ফ্লাইট অ্যাপ্লিকেশনটাই নিয়ে গেল। ফ্লাইট অ্যাপ্লিকেশনটা আসছে কিনা, so how will you make sure that the flight application is viewed? You'll have to create a checkpoint. You'll have to create a what? Checkpoint. Now you'll see I'm going to create a checkpoint. So let me stop this. So what is happening? I'm going to bring a if condition. Are you ready for if condition? Code? Everyone? Ready for if condition? Okay. So when you click on OK, you have two situations. If your user ID is correct, then you will see the page. Just give me 1 second. Follow. ক্লাস শেষ করে কল দিতেছি। Okay, so guys, so you have two situations. One is if your user ID is correct, it will take you to the application home page. If your user ID is not correct, then it will give you the dialog. You will have to handle that dialog. Does it make sense?
if it is not correct
You'll have to, so if it is correct, then you will see very good, nice looking application. If it is not correct, you'll have to handle that dialog, right? Understandable?
Yeah.
Now, so what we are going to do after clicking OK, that is where the issue comes, right? Now I'm going to put a if condition here. If, again if, and press space.
you can enter
Space, press space. If true, what? If this object, if you see that dialog, right? I'm going to put here, instead of true, I'm going to say, if you see this dialog dot exist. Can you see exist? If you see this dialog, then highlight it. Actually, let me not Let me not bring it now. Actually, I want to show you what is happening. So let's say that if I put that good user ID here, John, right? And what is the password? HP. Now you'll see for this iteration it will fail, the test will be failing. Let me execute it. So how many times it will be running now? 4 times. Let me remove this breakpoint. I do not need this breakpoint. What is that? What is this? I think something. Can you see? Click John, right? So if you go to your code, you will see that something we have written in the code here. Can you see click John? Yeah. So let me run it one more time. Make sure that you have a good habit of saving it, otherwise like Junaid, you'll be losing your code. Okay, so first iteration is good. Second iteration we have bad user ID. Third iteration, soon you will see third iteration we have bad user ID, but the following iteration we have good user ID. It will be able to log in. Now it is able to log in. Now do you have that dialog? But we are trying to highlight that dialog. It will be failing now. Since your login is successful, that dialog is no longer there. So it will be failing now. Right? It is complaining about that dialog. So that means this dialog, it will not be always there. It will be only there if your login is failed. So what we are going to do here, we are going to put a if condition. We are going to handle that dialog if it is only present. We are going to make sure that it is displayed. If it is displayed, then we are going to highlight it. We are going to do whatever we like there. If it is existing there, right? Can you see there? If it is there, if it exists, then we are going to handle this two line.
If exists, then highlight.
देखो बोलते सी Now, if this dialog exists, then only it will be highlighting it and clicking on it. Otherwise, we are going to say, if this dialog doesn't exist, what does it mean? That means login successful. We're gonna print here. Login successful. And if it go inside that dialog, that means login, we're gonna print here login got it.
ND fair কিছু লাগবে না ND fair
না ND fair আর কিছু লাগবে না else ঢুকাই দিলাম শুধু right. Can you see login failed? It has printed in the output. Login failed. So am I recording? 1 second. Yeah. So now it is putting good user ID and password, right? Now you'll see that it will say login successful. It will go to the else block. Now can you see it is waiting here for a certain time, probably 20 seconds. Can you see? It is waiting here for that exist. Can you see it is waiting around 20-30 seconds? Can you see this? It is checking if that login field dialog is present. It is waiting for a pretty good time, right? Now was it able to write anything in the output? Yeah, login successful, right? But it was waiting there for around 20 seconds. But if you see file settings, right? Can you see file settings? And then if you come here, run, and can you see here object synchronization timeout? You put here 5 seconds. Then you will see it will be waiting shorter time, or you put 5. If you put 5 seconds, you will see it will not be waiting there for that long. Now if you run it one more time,
NDF এর জন্য সব সময় ওই যে যেটা 5 সেকেন্ড দিছে না NDF কন্ডিশন থাকলে এরকম ভাবে
না তোমার তা আরেকটা জিনিস তোমাকে আমি বলি, ওইখানে চেঞ্জ না করে এটা NDF এর জন্য না, আমি তোমাকে বলতেছিলাম। So let's say I'm going to here, or I'm going to keep it 20 seconds. But so take a look here. If in the if condition, if you put exist, if you put 5 seconds here, it will be waiting for only 5 seconds. Otherwise, it will be waiting for whatever you have default there in that settings. It will be waiting for that long, 20 seconds. But if you specify a time here,
you can specify
yeah, if you exist 5 seconds, that means like in Selenium you have used thread.sleep. Here again you have wait statement. But in exist, if you put, it will be waiting 5 seconds.
Where it is going to
when 5 is
5 seconds.
this 5 seconds, where is it going to wait?
Wait for the dialog, login,
The dialog box.
login dialog box. If it is not there, if it is there, it is not going to wait. So it is a conditional wait. If the object is there, then it will not be waiting. If the object is not there, then it will be waiting for that object for 5 seconds. Sometimes you see some of the object will take 2 to 5 seconds to appear. So if you put 5 seconds, it will be, if the object is there after 2 seconds, then it will not be waiting for 5 seconds. It will be waiting up to 5 seconds.
if the object is not there.
Not there. And then you have another thing here. If you want, you can put a hard-coded wait. Always it will be waiting for 1 second. If you put 2 seconds, always it will wait here for 2 seconds. Like sleep, you have a wait here. Remember that we have in Selenium, we have used thread.sleep, and also we have created wait object, and we said up to 20 seconds it will be waiting, right? So this wait is thread.sleep, hard-coded wait, and this wait is, it will be waiting up to 5 seconds. You got it? Now let me run it. Can you see every time it is waiting here for 2 seconds? Are you noticing that? But for that, can you see it is waiting here 2 seconds? But for that one, it is not waiting because the object is already there. Now you will see it will be waiting for 5 seconds for that object, up to 5 seconds. Now in this line number 13, you will see it will be waiting for 5 seconds here because the dialog is not there. You got it? Clear? Any question? Now let's bring, are you ready for checkpoint today? Okay, let me do this checkpoint. This is the last thing that I want to discuss for today. So if your login is successful, right, here you will see I'm going to input a checkpoint. I'm going to input a checkpoint. You will see how I'm doing that. So first of all, let me bring this application, this flight application, right? And your login, John, and your password is HP. Click OK. Now, if your login is successful, then you will see this these objects here, right? This image, all of this of hello John Smith, all of these things here, right? Now, if you go to your object spy, can you see object spy, guys? Here, object spy, can you see this? Take this object spy and then take this pointer, and can you see this is an object, this is an object, this is this is an object, this is an object, this is an object. Can you see? Each of this is an object, right? When your login is successful, you will see that this hello text. Is that correct? When your login is successful, you will see this hello text. Or when your login is successful, you will see this object. When your login is successful, you will see all of this. Now, when your login is successful, you will see this combo box, right? Correct? Now, let me see how I have used object repository, object spy. Now, if your login is successful, now you start recording. Can you see I am again starting recording? And here, can you see there is an option called insert checkpoint value? Can you see? You click on it and you insert a standard checkpoint. You insert what? A standard checkpoint. And what is that standard checkpoint? Let's say you want to add this object as your, any of this object as your standard checkpoint. Let's say that you want to make sure that this hello text is there. Now, can you see this hello? I'm going to say OK. And then can you see it is giving you option what attribute that you are going to use? Enabled. I'm going to say enabled. Right? I'm going to say enabled equal to true. I'm going to, you can put as many attribute as you want. It has a dev name, hello. You can select this one as well. Now it will be, you can select whatever you want and click checkpoint timeout 10 seconds, and you have more attribute there. You can check, like as I said, that object has so many attributes, 10-15 attribute. You can check all of these attribute if these attributes are there. If the object is there, then these attributes will be there. If the object is not there, will this attribute be there? So if you check one or two attribute, then you are making sure that that object is appeared, right? I'm going to just select enabled true, and then let's say dev name hello, and I'm going to say click OK. And then I'm done. I'm going to stop recording. Now, can you see it has here, it has added a checkpoint. Can you see WPF window, WPF object, hello, checkpoint? Hello, can you see? And if you go to your object repository, you will see that there is a checkpoint named hello. The name of the checkpoint is hello. You got it? What I had? Basically, when your login is successful, I'm putting a checkpoint. I'm checking something that if this is present. Make sense, Jonath?
Yeah.
Good. Now, so this is called standard checkpoint, where you say, okay, look for this attribute, look for this attribute, if these attributes are present.
You can tell me one more time.
So, yeah, sure. So what is happening here? Let me remove, actually. So what is happening? You can add checkpoint. If your login is successful, right? You want to check something from that page that your login is successful. That is what we did. We have added a checkpoint. Let's say I ask you, hey, Junaid, go to Walmart, right? And bring something. So show me a proof that you have gone there. So you went there, you go there and you take a photo by your mobile. All right, I went there, this is the photo, I went there. So that's why if your login is successful, you want to prove that you got something from that page. So we are adding that checkpoint. On what? There is a hello object here. I added a checkpoint, this hello object, on this hello object. That's how, like, I start recording and then I went to insert checkpoint and I have added a standard checkpoint. And what is that? And a standard checkpoint does? Standard checkpoint, as I said, in Selenium, you saw that every object has different attributes, inner text, then class name, right? Here as well, the object has different attributes. Now, we are not checking all of the attributes. We are saying, okay, check one or two attributes. If you see these attributes are present on this object, then our login is successful. This side, our login is successful. You got it, Junal?
Yeah.
So that is what we did. Now, you will see that checkpoint. Sure. I'll be adding another checkpoint. So let's say you click on, can you see I have created empty space here. Now I'm going to start record again. And then here I'm going to say that I'm going to add another text checkpoint. Previously I have added standard checkpoint. What it does, standard checkpoint work with attributes. Understand? Standard checkpoint does what? Work with attribute. You can check attribute of a particular object. Now I'm going to use text checkpoint, which will be working with text only. So now I'm going to say, I'm going to insert. Can you see where I'm getting that? I'm going to click here. Check. তুমি যদি text check করতে চাও, text, তখন তুমি
check text with the standard checkpoint too.
Yeah, you can, but with like over there in standard checkpoint, remember the text is appearing inner text, something like this. You'll have to check there. But in text checkpoint, see what we are doing here. I'm adding a text checkpoint. And oh, okay, let me bring this application. The application is not there, right? Actually, let me stop recording. Where is this? Escape. Okay, let me stop this recording. Let me bring this application visible first. Okay, now let me click recording again. Oh, let me put my cursor in the right place. So where do I want to put my cursor? Here. Oh, it is not clicking. Let me stop recording and put my cursor here. Okay, let me start recording again. So again, that is where you are going to click, and I'm going to edit text checkpoint, and on what? On hello. Okay, now click OK. So here, let me see what it did. Now can you see name, right? I'm going to say hello text checkpoint. Got it? The name. And now what are you going to check, right? Check that, can you see hello is displayed. If you want to check not the whole word, you can say hell up to hell. Do not go for hell, and then you say configure, and here you say hell. Now is let me see, go to configure, check text. Now how much you want to check? Up to HEL, right? And can you see checked text? Then it will be only checking for that HEL. Can you see hello? The whole thing is not there. We are only checking if hell, if this word is present. You got it? Now you click OK. Now you will see, let me stop recording. Let me stop recording. Now we have another checkpoint here. The previous standard checkpoint, we have this. Can you see? Hello, the name of the checkpoint, right? Now what are we checking in this checkpoint? If you go to your object repository, you will see this. We have now the previous one, hello, standard checkpoint, and this standard text checkpoint. And what are we checking in this checkpoint? Can you see? The word hello. Make sense, Jonathan?
Yes.
Standard checkpoint and text checkpoint. Can you see it is checking for text? Now if you go to standard checkpoint, it will be checking attribute. Can you see? You can check the attribute. I know somewhere the hello word is there. If you check it, it will be checking the whole hello. Got it? Makes sense? So that's how it works. Now if you run it, right? Let me run it one more time. Actually, and if you go to your data, right? I do not need all of this data. Probably I'll keep only a couple of these. One good, one bad. And I'm going to right click and where is my delete? Actually, I'll have to delete row by row. Edit, delete, and let me delete this one as well so that it will be running only for 2 times. Okay, now I have only 2 data, right? Let me run it and put a breakpoint. Actually, you will see. Let me put a breakpoint here in line number 13. So this is the wrong password, right? Now it is coming here and it will be looking for the dialog now, right? So the dialog is there. So it will be going into the login field section, right? It will be highlighting it. It will be closing it. And then, can you see? Now we are going to execute it for good user ID and password. And then it is there. Now here is this dialog there, that login failed dialog? No. So you'll see that when I am executing this line, it will be waiting here 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And then here, now it is in the else block because our login is now successful. Now it is going to check for the 2 checkpoint. We have one standard checkpoint, another one text checkpoint, right? Both of the checkpoint will be passing. So you will see that our test will be passing. Now, if you go to run result, right, you will see that here we have a standard checkpoint passed. We have a text checkpoint passed, right? Can you see? Whatever we did, click OK. We have 2 iteration, right? Can you see iteration 1? Guys, iteration 1, what do I have? In iteration 1, login failed dialog exists, right? And we have clicked OK. And then we have closed the application, right? In iteration 2, you will see that login failed exists is there, but it is executed login failed and then it didn't execute, click OK. No, we have 2 checkpoints and then closing the application. So this is how you can see your analysis result. So up to this, are we good, guys?
Can you show me the second iteration?
Yeah. So this is my second iteration. This is my second iteration.
Why is it showing login fail exists on the second? Because
So here we have executed that line. Remember that login failed exists, right? If we have to go to here, we have to execute this line. We are taking a decision if this exists, right? We are taking a decision if this exists, then do this. If this doesn't exist, So whichever way you go, you will have to execute this line number 13. So that's why it is showing there. Got it?
exist হলে তো লাইন শো করার কথা না।
Now exist hole, so what it is doing, it is checking if this object is, if this line is executed or not. In your output, right, it is checking if this line is executed. Whatever line executed, it will be showing there with a pass field. Now let's say if you change something, let me go to your object repository, right, and can you see this? Now I'm going to say, instead of hell, right, I'm going to configure it. I'm going to remove that E. Let me just how can I, so click button, text before, text after, right? How can I so let's say that text before, text after, cancel, and here constant I'm going to put HL. Instead of hello, I'm going to say HL. Now do you have HL present in the screen? HL? No, you have hell. No, there will have to be an E in it. We do not have HL, right? Now you'll see what will happen. Let me execute it one more time. Okay, now see, whatever we are doing, this exist line is executing. We have to execute this line. That's why it is appearing there. Now you go there, so it will be good. It is going for the next iteration. This is important topics, understanding this checkpoint. Now again, we have to execute this line to decide, right? So now it is waiting for 5 seconds to see if that login field dialog is there. Now it is not there. We are in else block. Now can you see this first checkpoint, which is a standard checkpoint? You will see that that is passing. It is good. Now this checkpoint is where we have made, instead of hell we put HL. Now you will see it is waiting here for that text. You'll see after 20 seconds it will go to the next line. So it didn't get it. Now you finish execution and see your result. Can you see it failed? Where failed? You go to your last run result and you see your test flow, right? Can you see text checkpoint hello failed? Now what was it found? Can you see it has captured a screenshot? Can you see? If you make it bigger, can you see hello, right? It got hello, but what were you, it captured where it failed, it captured basically for you. Got it? Now you come here, let me make it smaller, escape. Now you come here, can you see in the details, hello checkpoint, text checkpoint captured hello, expected HL, expected HL. Your expectation was you were looking for HL, but it got hello. That makes sense? So that's how you analyze your UFT. Is it not interesting, guys?
Yeah.
It is interesting. So what do you do? That's all for today. I'm going to send you this, both of this recording. Make sure when you are coming in the next class, you oh sure. So what do you want to see? No, iteration, it depends on how many data point you have. I have 2 data point. So see here, 2 iteration is coming because it is running the same code twice for 2 different set of data. Got it? No, no, I didn't. So I didn't go in that route. If you go with global data sheet, if you go to parameterization, then however many data you have here, it will be executing for that many iteration. It depends on, like, this is called parameterization. We did parameterization.
Okay.
We did checkpoint.
আর এটা আবার লুপ লাগবে না
Loop লাগবে না এখানে. You don't need loop. Got it?
বক্স আপনি দুইটা মনে ইটারেশন
No, we didn't do it. We did it by parameterization. All right. So I'm going to stop recording. I'll be sending you this recording. You come prepared. So I'll be asking you to do the same thing in the next class in the web application instead of Windows application. Got it? All right. So let me stop recording.